Is everything visible?
Audible and visible.
Okay. Thank you so much, AIOS Scientific Committee and Dr. Amit Pawar in particular for this opportunity. Let us get down and start. So we all know that the aim of glaucoma therapy is to maintain visual function along with quality of life. For the sake of comparison, I'll be discussing these 4 points wherein we'll compare the various medications with prostaglandins. So let us start with the dosage. We all know that prostaglandins have a very convenient once-a-day dosage, and patient is usually, once he or she puts the medication at night, they are free to do whatever they want in the morning. So it is very, very convenient. Others usually have a twice or thrice daily application, and it is very, very much possible that they'll tend to forget putting medications at least once or twice during the day. So as far as the dosage is concerned, prostaglandins definitely emerge as a clear winner. Moving on to the IOP lowering, we all know that the prostaglandins come in the stronger group. That is, they cause an IOP reduction of 25 to 35%, which is the maximum. Therefore, prostaglandins are the most potent glaucoma medication drops that we currently have. Also, as far as the IOP fluctuations, we all know that fluctuations are an independent risk factor for glaucoma progression, and it is here also that the prostaglandins are most effective in blunting the fluctuations. Therefore, as far as the IOP lowering is concerned, again, prostaglandin emerges as a clear winner. Moving on to the side effects, we all know that prostaglandins' definite contraindications include inflammatory glaucomas, macular edemas, a history of herpetic keratitis, and the various other side effects like conjunctival injection, though they are there, they may not be very significant in most patients. Eyelash growth is definitely a concern, and there is also periocular hyperpigmentation. Iris color change is not very significant for Indian eyes because the irises of the Indian people are actually very dark. So this change is not actually observed. Moving on to the alpha agonists. Alpha agonists are actually very notorious for causing allergic reactions, and they also cause fatigue and somnolence, and therefore they may not be very suitable for those people who lead a very active lifestyle. Parasympathomimetics, we all know they have a whole range of local side effects which make it very difficult for us to use them. Therefore, they have very specific indications, and apart from that, we normally don't use them very often. Moving on to the carbonic anhydrase inhibitors, they can cause metallic taste, allergies, and they are not suitable in corneal edemas and eyes with endothelial dysfunction. And therefore, there is also a risk of aplastic anemias, thrombocytopenia, sickle cell disease, although very, very rare. So moving on to the beta blockers are very notorious for causing a whole range of systemic side effects. They are not suitable for patients with COPDs, asthma, heart blocks. They cause bradycardia, hypotension, and they are also notorious for causing depression and impotence. Therefore, this has to be kept in mind, especially in young patients. Just to summarize the side effects, if you look into the local side effects, the prostaglandin, especially latanoprost, would come in the low category, whereas bimatoprost and travoprost would come into the medium category. If you look into the systemic side effects, prostaglandins are definitely the safest medications that we currently have. Therefore, in terms of side effects, again, prostaglandins do emerge as a favorable option. Moving on to the cost, we are all well aware. I'm deliberately comparing the cost of the prostaglandin with timolol maleate, which is the cheapest glaucoma medication. And we all know that prostaglandins can be expensive. However, in a cost-conscious patients, if you can select appropriate brands which actually work in your hands, this cost difference can definitely be lowered. So it is definitely possible to lower this cost difference. To conclude, we all know that glaucoma causes irreversible optic nerve damage, and therefore it is imperative that we give the best and the most effective option first. And prostaglandins have a proven track record over a period of so many years now. And therefore, I wholeheartedly urge you to always start with a prostaglandin unless it is contraindicated. With this, I rest my case. Thank you so much.